On the eve of the apocalypse, the man rushed to turn the family's mountain inn into a survival shelter with his family. By this point, cell signals had completely vanished, and the radio picked up nothing but static. His father dug out an old walkie-talkie from a corner of the storeroom. The battery had swollen, but after charging it, it surprisingly still worked. Uncle Zhang remembered there was a store in town that specialized in walkie-talkies and offered to drive down the mountain. If possible, he'd try to get another radio, too. The man thought it was too risky, but Uncle Zhang said he knew a shortcut with no people around. In the end, they made a plan. His father and Uncle Zhang would take the pickup along the rural roads, while the man followed on his motorcycle 100 meters behind, ready to back them up if needed. The road down the mountain was eerily quiet. Normally at this hour, there would be farmers and hikers around, but now the entire mountain area was dead silent. As they neared the town, they came across a roadblock, a crude barricade made of wrecked cars and tree trunks. Several people stood guard, eyeing them warily and signaling them to turn back. It looked like the town had been completely sealed off, and outsiders weren't being let in. On the way back, Uncle Zhang slammed on the brakes. The man pulled up to see what was going on and found an overturned delivery truck lying at an intersection. The driver's seat was covered in blood, but the driver was nowhere to be seen. There was no one around. Scattered packages had spilled out of the trailer. They steeled themselves and did a quick search, finding some useful boxes. One was from an outdoor gear store. It contained 3 brand new walkie-talkies, 2 tents, and a full set of camping cooking equipment. Another package held 20 power banks and a portable solar charging panel, like someone had stocked up but never got to pick up the delivery. The men didn't dare linger. They loaded whatever they could use into the pickup and got out fast. By the time they made it back to the inn, dusk had fallen. The man's mother was anxiously scanning from the lookout platform and only relaxed when she saw them return. That night, they tested the new walkie-talkies. The signal was clear. After adjusting the antenna, they could even pick up faint transmissions from over 10 kilometers away, all frantic distress calls and warnings. The man shut off the walkie-talkie, his palms soaked with cold sweat. By the third day, they had completely lost contact with the outside world. But at least, one by one, the remaining tasks on their checklist were getting crossed off. Food supplies were enough for 4 people to last 3 months if they rationed carefully, maybe half a year. A filtration system had been installed in the well, along with 50 sealed bottles of water for emergencies. They had plenty of medicine and enough power supplies. That afternoon, they started working on the inn's basement. It wasn't large, but the walls were solid concrete, with only one ventilation shaft leading out to the hillside behind the house. The man immediately decided to turn it into their final safe room. They moved part of their supplies in, half the medicine, a third of the canned goods, all the batteries, and 1 walkie-talkie. On the floor, they laid out moisture-proof mats, sleeping bags, and an emergency light. If the worst happened, this would be their last line of defense. By dusk, they had finished all the preparations. The 4 of them stood in the yard, looking at the mountain inn that had been transformed into a doomsday fortress, relieved, but with a heavy weight in their hearts. The walkie-talkie channels had gone completely silent. It seemed the world beyond the mountains had already fallen. After nightfall, they took turns keeping watch. The man took the first shift, standing on the lookout platform at the northwest corner. Through his night vision binoculars, he scanned the mountain road toward the county town in the distance. Where there should have been a sea of lights, there was only darkness. Suddenly, the walkie-talkie crackled to life. After a burst of static, a fragmented voice came through, claiming that zombies could talk. Then, a strange